The goal of this video is to share an overview of the AiM user dashboard. When you first log into AiM, you should be able to find your name in the top right corner. Below that is a grid of cards that make up the top portion of the user dashboard. When looking at these cards, charts, or graphs, it's important to note that some names will end with EMP, while others will end with shop. Any card, chart, or graph that ends with EMP contains information that pertains to you, the employee. For example, this first card contains all phases that have been assigned to you, the employee, phases deferred, and estimates in planning, complete, or processed. The second row contains similar information, however, all of them pertain to the shop that you are a part of. For example, this card shows how many phases are assigned to your shop, phases deferred, and then estimates in planning complete or processed in your shop. The third row is a mixture of cards. The first one being phases of new status in your shop, purchase request created by you, the employee, and if you are a supervisor, this is where you will find time cards that still need approval. Below this grid, we see a mixture of charts, tables, and graphs. This first graph we're going to look at is the time card graph that contains information of any time card you have submitted in the last 60 days. If you click into this graph, you'll then be taken to a table. This table contains any time card you've submitted in the last 60 days and shows on the right side whether it has been posted or not posted. Any time card that has not been posted can still have changes made to it. You would make a change by editing that time card, saving that change, and then anytime you're in the AiM system and wanting to get back to that user dashboard, that front page, you will click the AiM picture in the top left-hand corner. Back on the dashboard, the next graph we're going to look at is this phase graph that is broken up by the status and showing the status of any phase within your shop. This table contains the same information about any phase assigned to you, the employee, that we would find up here in this first card. So these 65 assigned phases would be shown here in just a different format on this table. This last row of graphs all pertain to projects. This first one is any project that has been assigned to your shop and the status. If you, the employee, have been assigned a phase as a part of a project, you will find that information on this middle graph. And if you, the employee, have been made a project manager, you will find information about that project in this graph. Next, let's talk about the quick search. In the quick search, you can search for a customer request, a work order, a time card, an asset, a purchase card, and a few other things. It can also quickly take you to various modules. For example, if I click the time card button, I'll be taken to a time card entry screen. Again, if I want to get back to the main screen at any time, I'll click that AiM picture. Next, let's talk about the toolbar on the far left side. The bottom button opens up a screen that shares all the modules that make up the AiM system. If there's any information you're ever looking for, it can be found within one of these modules. The next button opens up the screen showing any reports. Most of these reports have been pre-made and can be used to further investigate information on various topics. If there's ever a report that you find very useful, I would suggest favoriting it by selecting the blue star next to that report. The magnifying glass opens up queries. Again, many queries are pre-made and can share information about phases, projects, and so on. Queries can also be personally made for any information that you are trying to find consistently. Queries can also be favorited, again, by selecting that blue star next to the name of the query. Any screen, report, or query that you have favorited will be quickly found in the Favorites tab, that top button. The favorites are naturally broken up into screens, queries, and reports that you can then quickly find from this page. That concludes our overview of the user dashboard.